Today we're going to showcase the top 3 attack strategies at Town Hall 16, including the army comp, the clan castle troops, the hero equipment, and the pets that you need to get 3 stars. The first army in the video is, of course, Royal Champion Charge Mass Dragons. This army is unbelievable, and we're even going to do it with low-level equipment. In fact, in this video today, the highest level you'll see on any equipment is level 20. I want to show you guys you can do it without maxed hero equipment, and the heroes will be 5 levels below max for the Queen, King, Warden, and Royal Champion, and 10 levels below max for the Minion Prince. You do not need maxed heroes to dominate at Town Hall 16. How far can we get with 11 invis spells? Well, I'm not going to put the first one down here until we're taking a significant amount of damage. The expo locks on and we start with the invis spells. You got, what, 4 seconds on each of them. Gotta make it count. Now, when it comes to your haste vial ability, you want to use it kind of like where I do right here, where there's a lot of hit points, because this means the Royal Champion isn't going to get out of the invis spell before it ends. If you use it on a lot of very low HP buildings, then what you're going to find happens is the Royal Champion steps out of the invis spell before it has finished. Now, you saw I messed up an invis spell there. Not my greatest moment. Now, notice how I made the bomb tower invisible there. That was deliberate, and that's something I really like doing with the electro boots. Make your building invisible as you get it onto low health. Have a look at this expo here. We get it onto low health, then we make it invisible so we can go to the next building, but the aura is still going to finish that expo off, and it's the most efficient way to use this charge. Get something to low health, make it invisible, and the Royal Champion takes it down on the way past. Now, I don't get the Town Hall with this charge, and you might think that's not enough value, but we've cleared out a huge chunk of base. Then we're going to use the Queen with the giant arrow. I'm just trying to get rid of air defenses or sweepers with her. She's going to deal with the CC on the left side with the poison spell. Now, I choose to bring 2 freezes and a poison in the CC. You can bring a rage and freeze if you don't want the poison as well. Honestly, the rage and freeze is probably better. Then what you want to do is go with your dragons straight into the highest DPS part of the base, because we want our Eternal Tome to negate all the most damaging parts left on the base, because the Royal Champion has gotten rid of most of them. So as long as you can use the Warden ability to get rid of the rest and the Blimp to take down the Town Hall, then you are going to get a 3-star. Minion Prince ability there, I mean, wasn't really needed at all. Look at how many dragons we have up. So honestly, I probably should drop the 2, so instead of 2 freezes and a poison, I do think a rage and a freeze is better. So if you've watched this whole video, you've just gotten a bit of advice that you wouldn't have gotten just from seeing the army comp from before. Obviously, this one can work, but it is a bit riskier with the Town Hall going down. I mean, have a look at how many dragons I have left up. We barely lost a dragon. The Queen is still alive as well. The Minion Prince goes down at the last second. This army is insane, and you don't even need that much practice to get good at the Royal Champion charge. Next up, we have generic Root Rider spam with the double overgrowth method. Now, if you prefer starting with a Royal Champion charge, you can drop both overgrowth and 1 rage spell for a recall and 4 invis spells, and then you'd use the Spirit Fox on the Royal Champion, obviously with the haste vial instead of the hog puppet. That does work really well, but there is a bit of risk with the Spirit Fox charges now, whereas this army is just blunt. It is ridiculously strong, and with this hero equipment you see here, there is no going wrong. So we're hitting a base here with a Town Hall near the outside, so we do want to use our King and Queen Sui at the start to get the Town Hall down. Now, if the Town Hall's in the center, that's fine. You just use your King and Queen to get any value you want, and then you're going to use your Overgrowth spell twice on the Town Hall and finish on it to make that Town Hall poison do as little value. Now, you may wonder why I've got the giant arrow with this. That's just in case there's any invis towers to activate them. If there's no invis towers like this base you see here, then I'd recommend the mirror clone instead. But we get a nice funnel there. We're also going to deal with the CC with our King and Queen, which is perfect. And I've set a funnel on the left-hand side with 1 Valk. And now the Siege Barracks is going to come in. And we're using our Root Riders right next to our heroes. So the heroes cut out a chunk of the base here. And we're going to use that as well as the siege barracks on the other side of the funnel to push the root riders in the very center of the base, and that's going to be perfect for us. We're going to use the warden ability kind of early. There's a lot of damage on our troops here, and what I want to do is activate this rage tower in the center, and as soon as it's activated, we're going to use the overgrowth spell on a bunch of the rage defenses. I use a freeze on the multi because that is raged up, but I didn't want to use the overgrowth on that because you still need to leave some buildings visible for your root riders to take down. We're just pushing straight across the center of the base here. The healers are raged up, and that's the most important thing. Your root riders don't really need to be raged up. They're not doing the damage in this army. They are just a glorified tank that can open up walls, whereas the healers, we need them raged all the time, so make sure you place your rage spells, to reflect that. I used my second overgrowth in the center here. I didn't need to. I could have swagged the overgrowth, and that's what you're going to find most of the time with this army. You can swag the overgrowth, particularly on bases where you sui the town hall, but the second overgrowth's nice on those anti-2 style bases with the town hall in the center, where some of the time you do need to use the second overgrowth. Now, it doesn't look like an overkill here, because there is only 2 root riders left up, but we've got all the valks from the siege barracks. They do a great job on the outside of the base. Still got a rage and a skeleton spell, and the royal champion is still hanging on to her ability, and the ability is so nice. You can generate all the hogs plus the invis, which allows her to take all the damage off her. And the last army for the video is Super Witch Fireball. This army is ridiculous. Now, you do want your Fireball at level 20, because if it's below level 20, 2 earthquakes won't quite finish off the clan castle, and if you're going for the clan castle, that is a massive target. But the rest of the hero equipment, maxing it out at level 18, let's show you how to do it. So the first consideration is always, where do you want your fireball to go? And for me, I want to land the fireball straight on this expo. We're going to get rid of the monolith. We're going to get rid of the poison tower. Pre-update, we would have got the CC down, but keep in mind, a level 20 fireball has 1 less range than before. If it was level 21, we would get the clan castle down. So I'm just going to use the 2 invis spells. Now, I could have started out with the warden walk here. You've got the 5 healers and gotten my fireball to that location anyway. This is just a little bit more time efficient and a little more lazy, but I definitely would recommend just doing the warden walk here to get that fireball off. You got the 2 invis spells to either redirect the fireball or to keep your warden alive. Now now that we've got a really nice funnel, the super witches can only go in one direction here. We pull them off to the side. Well, we pull the warden over with the super witches, then the apprentice warden down. Now notice, I have not put my barbarian king down. We use the queen with her ability. Yet again, the giant arrows in the army, just in case there's invis towers. If there isn't, run the mirror clone instead. In saying that, the giant arrow got rid of the sweeper, which is going to help out our healers a lot. So I put my king down now, probably a little early though, because we do not want our king taking damage too early, because we need this ability to last into the center of the base. So notice the king was alive until a point where he could open up literally the entire core of the base, and now we're going to use the jump spell on that core multi-inferno to get our super witches to the back end of the base. And if they get to the back end of the base, there's really no base at Town Hall 16 that has enough damage. They just don't die. So I use the first rage spell here. Notice how the big boys are not raged up at all, but you know what is raged up? The healers. They're sitting beautifully on all the troops. There's the second rage spell. Yet again, the king is not getting raged up here. But you know what is? The healers. Now you'll see I've got 5 valks and the royal champion left. And the 5 valks you use to tank for the royal champion, because if she is tanked for, there is really nothing that can take her down with the electro boot. So I'll try and show everything here. I'm using the valks on the outside of the base to do all the tanking, and the royal champion's going on the inside. It also means the fox isn't taking damage, and the longer the fox lives, well, the harder it is to stop this army. The healers are nearly down. That got a little bit close. That's probably the biggest risk to this army, honestly. The healers going down to poison towers, red bombs, you name it. But have a look at how much is left. Currently, all 4 heroes are up. All 3 super witches are up. The apprentice warden is up. I swagged the royal champion ability, and that isn't unusual for this army because it is broken. That's it for this video. Did we get the top 3 armies right? Let us know down below. The army links will be in the description, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more clashing content.